Time for a Microgreens Palace update. So as you can see, I never did install all the plastic that I want to put on the shelves. I still think I'm going to do that, but I don't know if I'm going to do automatic watering or not. It doesn't seem like I have to water these that often. Usually most of them are once every other day. Some of them are even less than that, like once every 2 or 3 days. So, I don't know. I may not even bother, but maybe I will. I've got some fans in here. Got some little computer fans that are blowing around, circulating air. And then on top of that, I've got a big box fan up here, suspended by very high quality speaker wire so that it won't be staticky. No one wants a staticky fan. Here are some beets. Beets are doing pretty well. I haven't had great luck with them, but I'm pretty happy with this tray. It's not bad. This is some broccoli. Here's some cress. I already harvested a bunch of it. I still got a little bit left. Some arugula. It's almost ready. I've got a bunch of amaranth that are planted in succession because it seems like people want the amaranth all the time, and I never have enough of it. So like these 2 trays are about 3 days behind these 2 trays, and then this tray is about close to 2 weeks old, and that's actually right where I want it. It's perfect. Got all kinds of cabbage, because that's also another hot item, because it's nice and purple. So I got 3 trays here that are all, I think, 5 days old maybe from seed. And then this one, which is about a week old from seed. You can see that's really nice. You can see there's a couple radishes that made their way in there because I was planting them right next to each other. And when I was shaking them, I had my daughter helping me shake on the seed. She enjoyed doing that, and a couple radishes made it over. It's no big deal. Here's some radish. This one is dakin. I can tell because there's not really any color. More radish. It's either red arrow or China rose. I think it's red arrow. It's more radish. This one is dakin. That's actually getting harvested tonight. I'll probably harvest up this one too. I do have a major problem with whenever it's wet, like it's raining right now, or it just barely stopped, all the water likes to come out of the soil and just kind of collect on the leaves, and so these are all soaked, and I didn't water these from top. It just kind of, humidity builds up and just sits there. I tried cutting just these little slits, little squares all the way around, to try to let that big box fan at the top pull all the moisture right up through, but those are just not big enough. So I'm going to actually cut them all the way across and try to somehow install some sort of screen, some screen tape or something over it so that I'm not letting in all kinds of bugs, but the bugs find their way in either way. Some mustard, broccoli that's getting harvested tonight. More radish. This one I believe is Sango purple. Oh yeah, you can see that's beautiful. You can see how wet it is. For some reason, I don't know if my cilantro seed went bad or what happened, but I was having great results by planting it dry and covering it and then soaking it. And my last 2 times just has not worked. Let's see, I've got basil. This is Genovese. And there's these 2 trays are about a week behind these 2 trays, which are ready to be harvested. And over here, this is some red Russian kale. And this is more of what I was teaching my daughter how to spread it, and you know, she was trying to do her best, but it got a little bit clumped up. She'll learn. So I've been taking my soil and just dumping it in this big bin. And I use this bowl. Each tray takes 3 bowls of Frosted Flakes to fill. Real accurate measurement system. And then I've got this box fan here, which I have a screen here that expands, and I'm able to remove 2 trays out of the way, and that screen actually comes out and then it overhangs, and so that will fit about 1 tray worth of radish or whatever. And I'll turn the fan on and it blows down and dries up the microgreens, and it works pretty good. But so I'm gonna go ahead and start harvesting up some of the stuff that I've got to get ready for the market for tomorrow. It's not a farmer's market, but I'll be bringing it to stores, and I'll show you some of it when I'm drying it and see what you think. Alright, so the fans are running. That one's on. Looks kind of cool in the camera because like the shutter speed. And this one also is running. And you can see it's just blowing on these radishes I just harvested. Hopefully the noise isn't too much for you. So what I do is I'll basically just take and I kind of toss these around, spread them out. Should only take a few minutes. And then after those are dry, they'll go in my bin here, because I'm going to be putting other stuff in there. Those are going to be part of a mix. These are going to be the Dakin radish. There'll be some of this broccoli is going to go in there. The cabbage is going to go in there. And probably some amaranth will go in there. I mostly put that in there for the color. And I might put that cress in there too. And then I'll be harvesting up some other stuff that will be going solo in its own little packages, including some of the radish and some of the cabbage. I actually don't really grow a whole lot. I mean, I pretty much grow in this area, and I gross in sales between $100 to $200 a week, and that's it. I'm not really doing much more than that, and that's fine with me. I do it as a hobby. I could definitely expand, but I don't have a ton of time either, so I'm kind of happy with where I'm at. I'll get those dried up, get them in the bin, and start harvesting more stuff. One thing that's really cool I thought you might find interesting. This is where I dump all my microgreen flats to compost them, and eventually, I don't know, rototill it up and use it for something. But you can see that I've got really nice nasturtium growing right here. Radishes everywhere. But one of the things I really wanted to show was all these radish flowers. And these are edible. They have a slight radish flavor to them. Unfortunately, they're all soaked because it's been raining today. But thinking about chopping some of those off and putting them in my mix. There's also, you can see a cabbage right there. I've got this cilantro all through here. There's peas like crazy. Here's a nice pea. But thought you guys might find that pretty cool, you know. It's all just the waste I'm dumping anyways. So, alright, back on to the drying up my microgreens to package them up. Here's the mix I ended up with for this week. It's about 2 pounds worth probably. Gotta package it up still. This is dakin radish, broccoli, cabbage, red rock cabbage, cress, and red garnet amaranth. And I'm going to package all this up in clamshells, get it in the cooler, and then tomorrow I'll have to harvest more radish, some amaranth, the basil, and some cabbage to go in their own containers to sell. But just wanted to show you what the mix came out with.